screaming heavy metal! We rock! But the evil that men do lives on. We gonna bang your head!
You are now listening to the Music Mania podcast, a hard-hitting show featuring all things hard rock and heavy metal. And now here are your hosts, the Twins of Chaos, Clint Switzer and Paul Lagana.
Welcome and thank you for joining us here on the Music Mania podcast. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you're listening on iTunes, also on YouTube. Both mediums are available, and I'll tell you what, I am sitting here. My partner, Paul Lagana, he's not with me this week, so I'm riding solo. Paul has incurred a death in the family. I believe his wife's father, his father-in-law, passed away, so condolences to him. He couldn't be here. He's been out of town at the time that I was able to tape this week's interview, which is going to be with Jens Sjöholm, the bass player from a new band called Crazy Lixx. I shouldn't say they're new. They actually started in like 2002, but they've got a new album out called Ruff Justice, a band that really is rooted in that 80s rock, melodic hard rock sound. We're going to be talking to Jens about this new album, Ruff Justice, which is starting to get a little bit of notice here in America, guys, because they have written and they've done the theme song for the new Friday the 13th video game, which is going to be huge, coming out on PS4 and Xbox One coming up here, I believe, this summer. And they've written the theme song for it, and it's great. It's called 13. And going to get them, I hope, a lot of notoriety because they're a band that has yet to really break in America. And I hope that they're able to get there with this release, because Ruff Justice, to me, which comes out April 21st, it's the best album that they have done. Really excited about the direction of the band. They just released the video for a song called Wild Child recently. Amazing song, great video, reminds me a lot of Wasps' I Want to Be Somebody. Of course, the song, it's called Wild Child, but not a remake of the Wasp song. Great song, though. Really enjoy everything that Crazy Lixx has done, and they've got a new lineup, and Jens Sjöholm, the bass player, he's been in the band since 2012, and we want to go ahead and welcome, live from Sweden, is Jens Sjöholm, the bass player from Crazy Lixx. Jens, how's everything going, man?
Yeah, everything's fine. At the moment, we're just rehearsing the new live sets, including the new songs. Sounding pretty good.
Excellent. Well, you guys you guys are going to be starting up here, I believe, this week. You've got your first show, and you've got some shows coming up this summer out in Sweden and in the UK. So, can we expect to see any dates in North America coming off of this at any time?
Hopefully. Every year we try to come up with some dates in America, but it's really hard to get it going with all the fees and make it happen,
Well,
but hopefully.
There's been so many bands from Sweden that have kind of encapsulated the kind of the 80s rock sound and look like you guys have. I mean, you think about bands like Crash Diet and Hardcore Superstar, and a lot of bands have come from Sweden and have been able to come over to America and have success. What I mean, those bands have done a good job doing that, getting their name out there. I think Crazy Lixx, especially with this new album, especially with the new song that's going to be on the Friday the 13th game, that's going to be something that really, I think, hits close to home. I mean, just talk about how important it is for you guys to maybe gain some ground here in America.
Yeah, hopefully. And it really feels for us that this Friday the 13th game is kind of a way into America for us to gain some new audience and maybe book some shows and feel like we can go over there and they can be people and, the whole thing. Because I believe we always have had a couple of fans in different cities, but this game, maybe we can reach out to even more people.
Absolutely, and I think that's very key, and that's the first song I had heard from this new album. Now I've been able to hear it all, and I'm telling you, and Ruff Justice, to me, is the best thing that Crazy Lixx has done. I know the band's been around for a while. I loved Riot Avenue. I loved the self-titled Crazy Lixx album. But this one, to me, is sort of the whole sound kind of coming together. I mean, you've got your lineup solidified. You guys went through some lineup changes, but do you feel now that you have the lineup together and things are just kind of really working well for you guys as a band?
Yeah, really. you know, it's always a tough time when you have to change the lineup, because you gotta get to know new people, or even if you know the guys from before, you have to learn how to play together, all that kind of stuff, how to write together. You work together live and in the studio, but this time it all just fits so perfectly together. We're just having a laugh all day. We play good. We sound better than ever, actually.
Let's talk about this album, Ruff Justice. Obviously, the song 13 that's going to be on the Friday the 13th game. It's the theme for that game. That game is going to be huge when it drops. I mean, you've seen videos with millions of views already, and it's got that song on it, which I think is going to be really big. But aside from that, I mean, the video for Wild Child just came out, and it's outstanding. You've got songs like Walk the Wire. I think that it's great. It's just a wonderful. This again, like I said, I think it's all the sound coming together for you guys. I mean, just talk about the process of making Ruff Justice, and I know you guys have to be proud of it. It's getting ready to come out here in just a few days.
Yeah, we're really proud of it. Actually, it feels like it feels so natural for us to sound like this right now, you know. And it feels like the things we heard from people, like the things you're saying right now, that's just what we felt while writing the songs and recording them. And now when we can show them and people think it's really good, it just proves us that we're doing something right at the moment.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You joined the band, I think, back in 2012, and obviously Crazy Lixx had been around for quite a few years at that point. What was your kind of musical influences growing up? I mean, obviously you joined a band like Crazy Lixx. It's very, based in melodic hard rock, very, 80s sounding. What was your kind of upbringing as far as what you listened to and kind of what you brought to the band when you joined?
Yeah, personally, I've always been into all the classics like Kiss and Iron Maiden, Alice Cooper, all the classical American hard rock.
Yes.
And all those bands, all the guys in the band basically listens to the same music, but everybody got their own favorites, you know. But for me, it's mainly Kiss and Maiden.
Absolutely, and what do you feel that is about being from somewhere like Scandinavia, being specifically a country like Sweden that really embraces American hard rock music? I mean, you go around, there's all, like I said, you've had bands that have come from there that are kind of similar in style, similar in music. What do you think it is about Sweden? Is it just this kind of music is more popular over there? How do you think there's been so many bands that have embraced this look and sound?
Yeah, I don't really know, actually. I think the American culture is really big in Sweden overall, according to we always love watching American movies, reading American books, American TV shows. And so if you live in Sweden, you got Europe, and then you got America, I don't know. Well, American stuff has been with us since all of us were child, watching the movies basically, and then the music, So it's just so natural,
Well, we might have had some of the good music, but I'll tell you one thing: Sweden got all the beautiful women. I've never seen anything like it, Jens. You guys are a young band. I mean, my goodness, I don't know what it is. You guys, there's nothing like it. I mean, Swedish women are the prettiest in the world. I think you'd agree.
Yeah, I do.
So
we have traveled a lot, and all I can say is Sweden got the best.
Well, I'd say they just have the best looking people in the world in general, but I can't really go there. We just got to stick to women for now. We'll just talk about the women, so that's what matters. But no, you guys do, and I I've always said in America, I think that what lacks right now in American hard rock music is just, you just don't have a lot of creativity. You don't have like not a lot of new bands that just come in and take you like Motley Crue did or Guns N' Roses did, that take the world by storm. You've got a lot of just vanilla sounding bands. What I like about a band like Crazy Lixx, and I've been a fan since the incarnation of the band, is just that sound. You guys have the hooks, you guys have the guitar solos, you have the pounding bass, the crashing drums. That's the kind of music that I think that if you can gain some ground, that would really become popular here. And I mean, the sound is just so distinctive that you guys have, and you guys are better than a lot of bands that are popular here right now. But it's just a matter of trying to get, to gain some ground and to get going. And I think maybe Ruff Justice will be that album for you guys. I really hope it is the one that gets you going here in America.
Yeah, thanks. It's really nice to hear you saying that. I do believe that with this album, Ruff Justice, and with the help from the game, I really think it's a really good package for the US listeners.
Absolutely, Jens, and I'll tell you what, everybody go to crazylixx.com. You can see the tour dates coming up, and I know you got a few listed right there, but I'm sure you want fans to keep up because you guys always have dates coming out. You've got a show coming up on April 21st, which is the day that the album comes out, and I know there'll be more dates coming out, right? You'll have more tour dates probably to follow.
Yeah, and on the release date, we're playing in Stockholm as a release party of the album. It's going to be great.
Absolutely. That is awesome. I tell you, Crazy Lixx is one of my favorite, I say newer bands. I mean, the band's been around for quite a while, but as far as...
15.
right. So you can't really say new, but you guys, as far as exposure to the American side of things, it is definitely new for a lot of people in America. And, I just hope you guys keep doing what you're doing, because this style of music is what needs to live on. I was always a big fan of bands like Veins of Jenna. I mentioned Hardcore Superstar, and I love Crash Diet. All you guys are just doing it the right way, the way that people like me. That's what we grew up listening to. That's what we love, man. So keep doing it.
Yeah, thanks. And hopefully we'll see you in America.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jens, be in touch with us, because we'd love to get you here in America, and we would love to come and say hi to you guys, and just keep up the good work.
Of course.
And we can't thank you enough for coming on the Music Mania podcast doing this. We interview a lot of bands from the 80s. Now it's great to interview, to have on people that are still rocking with that sound. You guys are doing great, guys. Ruff Justice, you can go to Amazon right now and pre-order it, and it comes out officially the 21st. So make sure you go to Amazon and get that. I'm sure it's available in all the ways. You got Spotify and Amazon, iTunes, and I mean, will there be like a physical copy, like a CD? Like, you still doing that?
Of course.
Great. Hey, the good times haven't died. Jens Sjöholm, I cannot thank you enough for joining us, man. Take her easy, and let's get you to America, my man. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, we'll do it. Take care, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
A big thanks to Jens for joining us from Sweden, which is like 7-8 hours ahead of where we are here in the Midwest. But it was nice to him to stay up late. I'm sure he wanted to be in bed by 8 or 8:30. Maybe catch some Matlock or Murder She Wrote before heading to bed. But he stayed up late just to talk to us. Come on, he's a young rocker. I'm sure that is not out of his realm at all. Guys, pick up that new album. Huge fan of Crazy Lixx. Cannot prop them up enough. And go support them, crazylixx.com, where you can see all the tour dates. If you're listening overseas, they're going to be there, like Jens said, hopefully getting this band to America at some point. But it's going to take an American promoter. It's going to take some guys taking a chance on these guys, because they really, they haven't had a lot of notoriety over here yet. They've got some albums that have come out and some videos that have been pretty popular as far as YouTube views and stuff like that goes. But, hopefully this Friday the 13th song will do the trick for them. Great band, great bunch of guys, and can't wish them enough success. And I want to thank everybody for listening here on the Music Mania podcast. As my partner Paul Agana could not be here, condolences to his family and his wife for the loss of her father. I want to thank everybody for joining us again. Hit that subscribe button. We always appreciate it. We appreciate the feedback. What did you think of the interview? Who else would you like to see us interviewed in the world of hard rock? We will try to make it happen. Thanks so much, and we will catch you guys next time with another action-packed show, as always, right here on the Music Mania podcast.